Hello there everyone, this is Crits back at it finally. After another short break, I had the opportunity to upgrade my recording setting a little bit, and so I was eager to try it out. And recently I saw some people did like an account showcase for the start of 2023. I liked that idea very much and decided to just do one of my own. Speaking of which, I hope you all had an awesome start into this new year. I wish you all the best for your Genshin pulls and in general for your everyday lives. Hope you're doing well, hope you're healthy and having lots of fun in 2023. Let's hope it will be better than some of these past years. So yeah, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you what I managed to accumulate over 2 years of playing as a free-to-play and low-spending player. I am not a whale, I do not do top-ups, I do not buy them. I do buy Welkin Moon sometimes, though I am currently not on a Welkin Moon. I have taken a break for now a couple weeks actually that I've been without a Welkin Moon pass. And I also have only purchased 3 total battle passes so far, and I don't really intend to buy another one soon. So yeah, I'm very satisfied with how my account has turned out after these years. I've been playing since basically the first week since the game launched, and yeah, more or less on a daily basis with only very few breaks in between. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. This here is just my favorite character. Many of you might already know this about me. Many of you might already have seen my other videos. But now I can finally show you how he looks when he's fully built. So here is my current child build that I like very much. We have a child that is on 4-piece Heart of Depth. He also has the Polar Star, which he hasn't had for very long. I managed to acquire it rather recently on his recent rerun banner, and I'm very happy about that. With that, he has 103 Elemental Mastery, 1.8k attack, which goes up to around 2.2 to 2.3k attack when fully stacked. And he's on a crit rate, crit damage ratio of 72 to 101, which I'm relatively satisfied with. That's pretty decent, I'd say. He's Constellation 6. He's my only Constellation 6 5-star character right now, and I also think he's probably going to stay the only C6 5-star that I will have in the foreseeable future. Of course, eventually I might get, I don't know, my Jean is still at C1, my Keqing is at C0, my Diluc is at C0. The only constellations I have on a standard character of the 5-star roster are Chi-Chi, Jean, and then actually Mona as well. She's at C2, so who knows, maybe in the future at some point they might reach C6. But as for event characters, Child just is my favorite character. That's why I saved up for him for such a long time that I managed to get it. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do that again. I don't really feel like it's necessary. I might do another video on that eventually. But yeah, that's where we are at. We have C6 Child, and of course he is triple crowned with all his 3 talents now in blue. Yeah, that's just him. I also really like playing him on a Thundering Pulse build, which I can show you really quickly because it only takes swapping around a few artifacts here and there. Let me just see. Yeah, that's this circlet, and then he also gets this feather instead of his crit damage one. And then we have a 2.2k attack, 70 to 107 crit rate, crit damage ratio, which is also very decent. Still at 103 Elemental Mastery, which is great, in my opinion. Thundering Pulse also at Refinement 1, of course. And the reason for which I'm playing him with 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Heart of Depth in this build is because you actually don't lose too much normal attack damage with this, but you gain a lot of burst damage, actually, by swapping out for a 2-piece Gladiator set. Yeah, so those are the 2 main builds that I tend to use on him. Let's just switch that back quickly so that we have the correct setup later on when we do a little showcase. We're just going to go farm for a few talent books for Al-Haytham, which I'm planning to pull on. So yeah, that was Child. Next up is Chi-Chi, who was actually my very first 5-star character. I got her on basically one of the first days of playing this game. Not because I spent any money, but simply because she was the second ever pull I did on the character event banner. She has 1.9k attack. She doesn't have the greatest crit rate, crit ratio damage ratio, but that's of course not what she's supposed to have. She has 202% energy recharge. Currently on the Skyward Blade, Refinement Rank 1. She has the Clam set. I love playing her since this set came out. Before that, she was just not that great in my opinion. But since this set came out, especially in my Eula team, I just adore her. The little bubble that forms and then just pops enemies out of existence, that's just peak entertainment in my opinion. Yeah, as you saw, she has her Constellation 1, which is actually not too terrible anymore after the Clam set came out, because, well, it just grants her a little bit more burst uptime, so it's okay. She's at 888 basically, it's now 988 because of Child in a party. But yeah, I just love the little girl. She provides plenty of healing, of course, for the Eula team. I really like using her in that. And I can just tell anyone that's unhappy about having gotten Chi-Chi, she's not that terrible actually. She can be great in some teams. Just don't be afraid to use her. I highly recommend trying this set on her because it's just really, really fun. Obliterating enemies with her little bubble. I really love it. Then we have Xiao. I pulled him during his very first banner when he got released. This is probably not my best build on him, to be honest. Because I'm currently using the new Desert Pavilion set on him. I am aware that this is not his best set, but I just think it's fun. I like to use him with his normal attacks a little bit since I got it. I got very lucky with it actually. He has 1.8k attack on a 70-202 crit rate, crit damage ratio after a very short time of farming actually. So this is also not because I spent any Primogems on converting them into resin. That's not what I did. I just got lucky with the artifacts and was done farming after quite a short time. He does have his signature weapon, the Primordial Jadewing Spear, which I also got just recently. Before that, I used to use him with the Blackcliff pole, actually, and that works perfectly fine on him. If you are a free-to-play, low-spending player, he's great with the Blackcliff pole, so he does not need a 5-star weapon to be awesome, essentially. As I said, there's a Pavilion set. Not as best, but I think it's fun to use. It does have slightly higher numbers when used with Bennett, and that's enough for me, but his E damage, his elemental skill damage, suffers a bit from it. I have no constellations for him at all, and I don't really know if I ever will pull for some. I would love to get him at 2C6, of course, but for that I would have to spend so many resources on the other constellations that I don't think it's worth it to me, actually. He is crowned on his normal attack, and he has 8/8 on skill and burst talents. Now comes my most well-built character, actually, which is Yoimiya. I love the girl. She's my second favorite character in the entire game, right after Child. And I just managed to get, like, insanely lucky on the Shimenawa's Reminiscence set. Not just that, I also have some pretty crazy good pyro damage goblets lying around. She also has the Thundering Pulse, which I actually pulled for Child originally, and only afterwards did I pull for Yoimiya, because my priority was just getting the bow for Tartaglia at that point. His signature weapon wasn't announced yet, and I just wanted to get it. But now I'm even more happy that I have them both, because they are just completely broken together. She has 2.2k attack, without Pyro Resonance in the party. 23 Elemental Mastery isn't, of course, that much. It's not that great. But instead, she's on a 82 227 ratio, which is just insane. Especially considering how little time I actually spent in that artifact domain compared to other artifact domains. So I'm really happy with this build. Shimenawa's Reminiscence 4-piece set. She also has no constellations, and I don't feel like I need any on her. She's crowned on normal attack and elemental skill, and her burst is of course not that significant. Sorry for that. I kind of swallowed my tongue there. And yeah, I just love to play her, essentially together with Xingqiu and Fischl mainly. That team is just great fun. It looks beautiful with all the colorful numbers popping up on screen. And yeah, Yoimiya, one of my favorite characters. People are giving her way too much miscredit. She is absolutely insane in these current Abyss floors where Hoyoverse just decided to pump everything full of boss monsters, basically. Since they decided to do that, I feel like her value has increased like by a lot. But yeah, we didn't see that coming when she was originally released, that they would put so many boss monsters in Abyss. But now with her insane single target damage, she's amazing. They also have Kazuha. He's currently wearing the Favonius sword. Of course, I also could switch to a Iron Sting build, with which he would have close to 1000 EM. But honestly, yeah, the energy recharge just tends to be more important. He has an okay crit ratio with within multi-target settings, at least. Of course, on a 4-piece Viridescent set. No constellations yet. We'll have to see if I ever get some. Of course, C2 would be awesome, but then again, getting new characters is also very important to me. And he's at 888 currently. I don't really see any reason to upgrade that further in the near future, but of course, he's an amazing character. I don't need to say that much about him, I feel like. You probably already know how good he is, so I'm glad I have him. He was the only character I pulled for during the time where I was saving for C6 Child. So yeah, I do not regret it in the slightest. Then we have Eula, which is also one of my more well-built characters, but that is mostly due to me having access to some nice weapons and not so much great artifacts. She is on a 4-piece Pale Flame set, which is of course her best in slot. And with that, she gets to a 60-252 crit rate, crit damage ratio with the Red Horn Stone Thresher. I just got that on accident. I don't have an Ito. I didn't really plan on getting it. I just needed Star Glitter, quite frankly, in order to purchase the wishes from the shop. And yeah, I got that on accident. I'm pretty glad I did, because I like to use it on Eula as well as on my Beidou, actually. They kind of swapped that sword between the two of them. And yeah, I'm not sad about getting it at all. But yeah, her artifacts could be better, because without the Stone Thresher, of course, we can show that. If I give her just any other weapon without crit damage stat, it's okay. It's alright. She does have some great artifacts. Like, I think, yeah, her feather is pretty cracked. But other than that, really the circlet is currently the main weakness. It's not that amazing for her, especially with the Elemental Mastery. That doesn't do anything for her. But I think it's fine. So yeah, I love her. She is basically one of my go-to easy mode characters that just obliterates most things in the game with absolute ease on 0 constellations. She already did that with the Blackcliff Slasher. And also, actually, in multi-target settings, the Blackcliff Slasher can actually be better than the Red Horn Stone Thresher on her. I just wanted to mention that, again, for the free-to-play players among you. That, of course, depends also on whether or not you're using Bennett with her, but I usually just enjoy that she doesn't require Bennett, and that she just frees up Bennett for my others, for my other team in Abyss. So, Blackcliff Slasher, actually very powerful weapon on her. Of course, you can also use Luxurious Sea Lord or even the Snow Tomb Star Silver on her. But generally, yeah, she's great with whichever weapon. She has Crowned Ult, almost Crowned normal attacks, and level 8 elemental skill. I don't think we're going to go through all the characters in that detail. I'll just show you that I have a Ningguang that I really love. She's at this ratio with the Lost Prey of the Sacred Winds. She does share that with Hazo, but I tend to not use them on the separate Abyss Force, so it's not that much of a problem. I got that from the standard banner and I'm very happy about that. Love playing Ningguang, absolutely phenomenal character at C6 especially, on 2-piece Geo, 2-piece attack. Then my Bennett, of course, has helped me a lot throughout these 2 years. Especially since I got my first Skyward Blade that he has basically never unequipped since I got it. It's amazing for him. But yeah, of course, that's another character that I don't need to talk much about. Zhongli, also very powerful character. I'm kind of playing him on a hybrid build between high HP and some damage with the Blackcliff Power right now. Great character. I recommend him. Of course, some people are saying he's a DPS loss technically. I don't really care. Jean, I also love to play Jean. She's amazing. Nowadays I use Farazan more with my Xiao, just because of how much more utility she brings to him. By the way, my Farazan is still at C0 and I don't have that many issues with her. At least not as much as many people would make you believe. I don't know. Of course, she's not like incredible and amazing, but I think she's fine. But before that, yeah, Jean was just a staple character for me in my Xiao team as a battery and healer. I still like her. I just don't use her that much anymore. Raiden Shogun, of course, insanely powerful character, especially since I have Eula. Those two function so great together. Yeah, she's just on 45, 185, which becomes an effective 57, 185 with the passive effect of the catch, which increases crit rate. And then also she gets another additional crit rate boost because I usually play my Rosaria with them, who's also at Constellation 6. So perfect support for that team with my Eula. As I mentioned, I have the a Mona, a Keqing. I like Keqing a lot. I like to play her. Would of course like getting her a 5-star weapon one day, but we'll have to see if that ever happens. Fischl is very well built with an R5 stringless. She has been one of my favorite characters since the game came out. I really love to play her with Yoimiya, as I mentioned. And of course, Beidou is also one of my favorite characters that I love to play in Taser with Child. And yeah, I could go on and on and on, but I don't think we have to go into such detail. Maybe I'll show you also my Xiangling. Xiangling, of course, it's widely known. She is amazing. Right now, she has such a low attack because Thoma borrowed her weapon. Let me just correct that. Yeah, that's basically better already. Of course, it's not amazing or anything, but she's still strong. 62 over 119. Dragon's Bane, Refinement 5. She is on 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. Of course, she would do more damage in some scenarios with the catch, but since that's mostly on Raiden and since she's mostly used with Child and Vaporize, the catch actually outperforms catch. The Dragon's Bane outperforms catch in many scenarios. She's at C6, Talons, Crown Burst, high elemental skill, no normal attack, of course. And yeah, that's basically it. Those are my most frequently used characters, you could say. I am very happy with my account right now, and what I could show you now, when we go into a talent book domain, is just, I'd like to show you some of these teams that I like to play. First one would be Hypercarry Child, which is just Child Bennett, Kazuha, and Yunjin. I just like to play that because I love Child, I love his normal attacks. That's as simple as it gets. You can also, of course, play him in Taser team, and his most popular team is, of course, a Xiangling team. But I'll just show you this one because I like it. Then we have a Ningguang team, which I usually use with Zhongli, Bennett, and a Thrilling Tales Yan Fei. We have the Xiao team, which we could go through. We have the Eula team, which I usually play. and then also my Yoimiya team. Keqing is also one that I really like to play. I look forward to replacing Dendro main MC, Dendro main character with the upcoming character Yao Yao. And then I'd have this slot free for Kujo Sarah in order to make Keqing hit a little bit harder. So yeah, let's go. We'll just quickly change places. I think it should be this one. Right. Make sure we don't pick the wrong talent box. And then let's just see what this team can do. We want these for Al-Haytham. I'm looking forward to him very, very much. It's okay if you don't like him or if you think he's not that powerful, but I personally love how his playstyle looks. I do think he's going to be quite similar to Child when it comes to the role he's going to fulfill as an enabler more than a hyper carry, and also his complexity of his kit. Let's go. Oh, I missed that, apparently. Let's go. Do this, do that, pop that. Oops. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Yeah, doing the burst was the most clever idea I ever had there. Excuse me for that. But that's not an issue. We can do that again. Let's just get the books. Oh, not that great. Let's just do that again. Because we will have to fill up Yunjin's energy again. But that's fine. Just start it again.
No time to lose.
Just bring that down. Okay, there we go. Let's just do the burst first. Then we do Kazuha, Yunjin, and go ham. And keep in mind, this is currently with the Polar Star, not with the Thundering Pulse. Whoops, that was a waste. Yeah,
no time to lose.
Yeah, the normal attack damage would of course be higher with Thundering Pulse equipped. And if you're wondering, I'm just not changing back to his bow stance right now because I have C6 either way. There we go, no cooldown. Of course, I would have done it if he wasn't C6. Let's switch teams real quick. Because yeah, that's just how I play Hypercarry Child. Of course, not the most innovative team or anything. I love him. I don't regret C6ing him. And I mean, that's partially because I got really lucky on my pulls and I have so many wishes left that I really can't complain about it. Of course, this is not the best domain for example, the Xiao team because of the dragon. But we should be able to deal with that with Faruzan. Normally I'd maybe switch Zhongli to the Favonius lands in order to fill up bursts quicker. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to. And yeah, as you can see, Ningguang, pretty strong. Pretty strong, I'd say. I love her. Like, she has such a cool playstyle, she has such nice aesthetics. Her burst looks so good, even if it misses sometimes, and that can be frustrating. But she's an amazing character. I am so glad to have gotten not only the Lost Players, but also her C6. That is amazing. She's helped me clear Abyss with 36 stars many times already. So yeah, I also can't recommend her enough. Let's go to my Xiao team. Of course, rather unconventional with the set he's currently equipped with. You can also quickly switch weapons for Zhongli here. It's just giving the Favonius lance. I'm still waiting for a second Favonius lance, because that's basically my most wanted weapon right now. Okay, Faruzan, get him down there. Let's go. Drop that. Drop
Everybody
that.
stand back.
Oh, Farazan is at 2.
Ears of the storm.
That was a bit stupid.
Evil conquering.
And yeah, there we go.
Worthless.
That was a bit unfortunate that Bennett's burst was over. I usually have Bennett on 2 and Farazan on 3. I'm not really sure why I got that confused. But yeah, I think it still did the trick. We could try that again, but I think we are going to run into energy issues. So I guess let's just switch to the next team. Or do we? Oh no, we don't. We can do that again, actually. Second try should be the charm. Let's see. Because with 2 Favonius weapons and maybe 1 Xiao Yi, that should be more than enough to fill up the burst again. Just remember that Farazan's on 2, then everything will be fine. I actually did not play Xiao for quite a long time. Before basically... First I got his weapon, then also Farazan got released. There we go. That's better. Yeah, nice. Don't know what that didn't crit. He should have critted more, but I guess it's fine. There we go. Okay, nice. So I guess we can now try the Eula team in here, although it really is a horrible, horrible chamber for her. Or maybe we'll just do Yoimiya here, and then we'll do Eula in one of the artifact domains, where I still need something for Alhaitham as well. So yeah, let's just do that. Also, I think here I'm not even going to bother bringing down the Ruined Drake, just because I don't need to. Should be enough, or more than enough, to just do my usual stuff. Sing show, official, and go ham. Let's go! Nice. I mean, that wasn't even really that great for my Yoimiya, I'd say. She usually even performs a bit better. Not really sure what that was about. Let's maybe give it another try, just to see if we can get even some better numbers out of it. I mean, of course, one aspect should have been that her burst was full when we finished the rotation. Maybe Fish will bring down the Drake after all. Okay, and let's just...
Let me weave you a bird. Shadow Raven. Fire hazard.
Yeah, there we go.
Goldfish him down.
And we literally saw in real time the stacks dropping. That was unfortunate. Because that was definitely not the peak of her potential. But you saw what she's able to do. Of course, Fischl and Xingqiu help a great deal with that. But all I'm saying is Yoimiya is absolutely great. Of course, I do have her with the Thundering Pulse. I also can play her on a Refinement 3 Rust, and the results are not that much worse on her, honestly. It's still very, very good damage. Yeah, so let's quickly switch places again and just do one round of this domain, where I'm still trying to get some better Gilded Dreams artifacts. And we'll do this one with my go-to Eula team. I do hope everyone's energy isn't too low. Ah, it's alright, it's alright. How about you? Oh, nice. That's great. I don't think we'll get to see the burst of Eula just because of the enemies probably not having that much life. Activate cheat sheet. Skill, Rosaria, Eula, and let's go. Oh, we do get to see her burst. That's amazing. Nice.
Now you shall perish.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Well,
Shine down. Like
go Chi-Chi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go, 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 go. Where's the bubble? There it is. Nice, 16k. And that was pretty mid-range for Chi-Chi's bubble. She normally does more damage when full buffs are applied and everything. So, let's just see if there's something decent among it. No, of course it's just trash. Okay. But I think that's probably enough for you to get an idea of how I like to play my characters. If you've got any questions about the characters regarding weapons, artifacts, or anything, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that to not make this video too much over length. And yeah, if you'd like to see anything else from my account, let me know as well. And I hope to see you on my next video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back soon enough.